and gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? Now, if I start roboting, that's because I'm getting ready to go through a very terrible area that has zero reception. Yes, and the answer is yes to your question. Now, in order to get to the nitty gritty things, you'd have to start from the beginning between my interaction with Maga Man, right? From the beginning, it started out, okay, I'm gonna see how this see this. We got introduced to Maga Man by another person. Okay, so I go experiment with, see this, what's going on, check out the thing, and lo and behold, okay, this guy, okay, he's talking some sense. Let's hear this gentleman out. Well, lo and behold, I'm the part of the Ticosphere, right? And he goes after Baron Yam. The first time, he assumed that Baron Yam was a sympathizer for people that we at the Ticosphere make jokes about regularly. You know, Antifa, BLM, you know, the All Lives Matter, yada yada yada. We make fun of them. We don't take them seriously. We make fun of them. I believe you've actually heard me say, my life only matters when they get the chance to rob and kill me first. You've heard me say this multiple times. But in case you haven't, or you're just plain old deaf, my life only matters when they rob, only when they get the chance to rob and kill me first. Now that that's cleared up and out the way, I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. I cleared that first section up, first problem up. Okay, it went smoothly, but yeah, kind of has a slight chip on his shoulder because it wasn't a really good apology. He really needed an apology, but he let it slide. He let it slide. I applaud him for that. Here we come to the Friday Night Blaze. Who in their right mind talks about frosted baby dicks? Who in their right mind talks about frosted baby dicks? I just need to know. I just need somebody to clarify this. Help me, help you make this make sense to me. You know? I need your help. I don't understand. I mean, anybody that I know who's remotely as messed up psychologically as me, I typically we don't talk about stuff like that. We don't. I mean, at least my friends don't. My friends will look at me like I done lost my daggone mind. Which is not a far trip, to be honest with you. Okay. Then the Friday Night Blaze. Boy, oh boy. That's where things got interesting. Here's a little tidbit about me. Here's a little bit of a tidbit about me. Don't ever tell me not to do something without a valid freaking reason. Because I'm going to do it anyway. If you can't find an excuse that satisfies me, guess what? You're doggone right, let's play. If you can't find an excuse to satisfy my curiosity, and he's a bad person, it's not an excuse. I'm gonna need reasons, valid reasons. Oh, he'll drag you down. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. You know, we're getting somewhere here. He's one of those free. Oh, that's not an excuse because I've served with Freemasons. And they're nothing like you. I mean, yeah, I don't go for my Masonic Lodge. I don't mess with that stuff. I typically don't mess with people who have resources to piss with me. the whole monetary thing, the whole money, lawyers. Like the manosphere, the Freemasons have lawyers. Like the manosphere, the Freemasons have police officers. Like the manosphere, the Freemasons have truck drivers. You kind of get what I'm saying here? I mean, I don't know if you catch my drift, right? But yeah, they have doctors, they have lawyers, they have truck drivers, police, area EMTs. It doesn't take much. Oh, you could be having a phone call. It doesn't take much but a phone call to call to a Masonic lodge down in the North Carolina and make your life difficult. And yeah, but back on topic. The Friday Night Blade, which cost Tico Trent $20,000. Now, what rubbed me the wrong way was after a while of getting to know Maga Man was how he conducted himself. I don't care what he does on his channel, but how he conducts himself around people in general. Now, I served with and associated with a person of his similar demeanor. Where's that person at? Well, he's behind bars. Not saying Americans are behind bars, but with the way he has threatened people, that's kind of a terroristic act. That's usually grounds for the Patriot Act. That's online. That is cyber terrorism by all means, and it's recorded. And it's recorded. It's recorded. Recorded. What is the term recorded? To take a person's or a scenery and replicate it on paper, on canvas, on tape cassette, on digital, on CD. YouTube is all digital. YouTube's all digital. All digital. And it doesn't take much to pay for somebody to get fed up enough to pay for the YouTube Premium and download your video. And download your video and shove it. Or they could just basically use the Mobzine app, like I do, and chop your video to the part where they need in court. And you don't need to do much chopping with Maga Man's videos. It's all hits. It's all in the hits. It's now. Plays before Hidden's Exodus. Before he decided that, okay, enough's enough. Hidden told me not to go after Maga Man. I'm not going to listen. I won't listen. I don't listen. That's my problem. I don't listen, and I don't care. It's also my solution, too. Now, fast forward, we before Slippery Wet. Actually, it was before that was the second schism. Baron Yam had to be on a mask to troll somebody else. Maga Man just looked for excuses. Now, I didn't stop the second schism between Yam and Maga Man because, well, it was Maga Man pretty much got what he deserves, pissing with Yam. I let Yam go because he needed because Yam was holding on to a nut so great. And I bet you if Maga Man would have typed in the comment section, he would not be blocked. Ooh, that's interesting here, huh? That's real interesting. You blocked me, but I didn't block you. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Hey, I need you to help me. I need you to do something. If you're listening in the comment section, Maga Man, I need you to help you make this make sense to me. You know, it's a two-way street here, my friend. The song of the summer. Well, I can tell you one thing. Maga Man could go tell it on the highest mountain that he is our Lord and Savior of the Manosphere. Right. Okay. If you watch, like, I can't. I'm sorry. When he's talking about, hold on. Let's see. We require background checks to get into the lodge. Well, domestic abuser like Bagman would be rejected. Well, I'm not a domestic abuser. I exist with people with resources. Why? It's with Masonic. You know? Why is he pissing with the Masonic Lodge? I would never do that. Like I said, you're not blocked, Mega Man. Come on, make a comment. And to the people that said that I started the beef between Chico Trent and Richard Romance about the root beer, no, I did not. That was that was basically poking fun at each other. That was poking fun at each other. I don't know how and he got involved. I don't even know how Richard Romance got involved. So, and just with that being said, I would rather like since the people in the Manosphere who have seen my interaction with Richard Romance and me, I would rather associate with Richard Romance than Maga Man. Back, I bring him onto the stream before I bring Maga Man. Because you know what? Because Richard Romance got a job. He's looking for himself. In a delivery to Allentown, I saw him in a job of a delivery van. And you know what? I commend him for that. I commend Richard Romance for that. Well, you can at least get a cell. You got a telephone. Telephone travels faster than cars, planes, buses, and trucks. And I mean, he can decide. But the background check. Let's get back to the thing. Now we have second booth. That's the first. That's where the schism between me, Hidden, and Baron Yamin. And but himself. Does that make any sense? He doesn't like to be groomed by anybody but himself. He doesn't like, well, not groom. He doesn't like to be. He likes to learn things himself rather than have somebody try to teach or force it down his throat. That doesn't work well with him. If you want to advise him, advise him. If you don't want to advise him, well, let him be. You can advise him. He may take the advice. He may tell you to piss off. That is him. But Yam is smart. Bring him back on topic. God dang it, I keep digressing. But the second schism is when Maga Man went after Yam the second time after meeting Slippery and Wet and Dan King. All we wanted to do was get Dan King, Slippery and Wet, and Maga Man to talk civilly. To be civil. What's that word again? Civil. Civil. A nice, quiet, calm, collected, cool conversation between three grown men, or four, between 3 or 4 grown men, and try to squash this beef. Correct me if I'm wrong. If Slippery When Wet, if you would have shut up about Slippery When Wet would have continued his channel on doing maybe a motorcycle review, maybe some other review. Dan King would have probably continued on about his life. But no, he just had to continue to push and push and push and push some more. To the point where now it's a never-ending story. The last time I heard never-ending story was in a book. Well, sorry, we're not in a book. We're in real life. Stories do end, stories begin. So, yeah, that logic doesn't work out very well. Wow. The next bit of thing is when Tico got involved with the Let's Talk Facts. You don't cost a person $20,000 and think he's not gonna hurt your feelings. That's life-changing money. That is money that I could use to not only pay off my rest of my bills and have money left over. I don't have a high debt income. I don't have a high debt to income ratio. My debt to income ratio is relatively small. My income is big. My debt is small. But that's beside the point. True Sherm has tried to get Maga Man to stop with the shenanigans. Stop with the jack fornicacy. Tried. Keyword tried. I applaud you, Sherm. Good job. And you know what? I applaud you for telling the truth. Saying, be careful what you say and do online, for it can be used against you. And you know what? It just doesn't mean, it doesn't also mean online. It can be used in your real life. It can be used in your real life. The court of law. So when everyone wet got the recording of you threatening to paint Manhattan with the remaining blood in the system, that can be used in the court of law. Well, which brings us into the next thing, the next topic. The things that the potential charges. You have online bullying. You have bullied Della Senpai, which even though I don't agree with her, I still have respect because she actually pulled herself up by her bootstraps and continued to strut with them goddamn freaking combat stilettos. I don't give praise to too many women. They have to freaking earn it. Now, I typically don't give praise. They have to earn it. They have to earn it. So when she basically made a point that she pulled herself up by her freaking combat stilettos and kept on strutting, okay, she earns it. She earned it. Now, I saw the shenanigans with Money AD. I was on it for a few seconds. They noticed that something was off about me. They were right. They were right that something was off about me, and I was planning on something. I was planning. Something was off, and you're right. They were accurate. Money AD, I apologize for your stream, for making things awkward, but things need to get a little bit awkward. Now, the next bit of information, the next bit of things I want to talk about is the charges. You have literally doxed. I don't care what disclaimer you want to shove down your throat, you want to try to suck off, you doxed 2 people in malicious intent. You have doxed 2 people in malicious intent. With malicious intent. So if anything happens to them, you're getting looked at. Because a lot of people have saved that video where you literally what's the word I'm looking for? Where you decided it was a good idea to make fun of Slippery's one of their daughters. You have you have verbally assaulted and verbally sexually harassed Slippery's daughter by talking about their child, the daughter, by talking about his daughter's anatomy. You have literally talked about his daughter's anatomy. You have sexually harassed his daughter. That is sexual harassment, Maga Man. I don't care what disclaimer you push up. You've also made claims that you would like to make a wallet. A wallet! You can't mimic somebody's voice very well. You literally, if you try to put a voice modulator, it sounds congested. And that sounds clear as day. That sounds clear as day. It sounds like somebody with a cold. So this whole impersonation, no, that's you. That's all you, big fella. That's all you, big fella. You shacked up. You shacked up. I don't care what you got to say. I don't care what type of disclaimer. You said it. You continue time and time again to put yourself in these predicaments that are just asinine, ridiculously and utterly asinine. You have repeatedly shown the inability to abstain. If you want to use big words, if you can understand big words, hey, guess what? I didn't go to college. What you got to say about that? I graduated high school. What you got to say about that? You have the innate inability to abstain from pissing with people that don't need to be pissed with. What in your right freaking mind would you go ahead and piss with the freaking Masonic Lodge? They have resources. They have people. They have people. You know what? They have people that they don't even need. They can just jack up legally. Your parcel might be late one day. You know? Just so happens that your parcel might be late one day, you know? And that day is where you might need an expiration date for by a week, you know? It doesn't take it's really not that hard. You don't get to become the top of the freaking Freemasons without being at the top of a position, without being at the top of a position. That's my understanding of it. I don't know much about the Freemasons, so all I know is you don't get to be the top head honcho if you don't hold some sort of leadership position in the job. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I mean, hey, Slipper, you're a Freemason, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't get to be in a leadership position if you don't hold some sort of high position in the Freemasons. That's from the outside looking in. And that's a secretive organization. That's deductive reasoning. So when you decide to go piss with somebody, with an organization of people that are very powerful and influential, I gotta be beginning to wonder about your sanity. Now, it's one thing if your back's against the wall and you're getting attacked. but you put your back against the wall, against the ropes. Guess what? There's a saying. There's a saying that was told to me when I was growing up. You made your bed hard, now you're lying in it. Now you lay down in it. You're gonna sleep in your hard bed. Doesn't matter. Don't cry. Don't cry. When you when you decided it was a good idea, when you decided to cry on a stream about your baby mama, that right there pointed out that something ain't right here. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for these certain events that have come to fruition, I was about to ask Tico if he could put me on to your baby mama. I almost was going to ask Tico because your kids need a father. Your kids need a father. You know, speaking of fathers, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Because not everybody's got their father. And you know, it really doesn't, it really is not that hard to go see your father on Father's Day. You've got a person you got a person that would literally let you borrow their car. Make sure you fill it up and top off the Easy Pass. You know, fill it up, top off the Easy Pass, help them check the tires, change the oil. That is the friendly agreement. If I borrow your car, I will fill your tank up, no matter what level it's at. Fill your tank up, and I will get your oil changed. I will change your oil, change the fluids in your car, because that is the decent thing to do. But you do not allow your friend in North Carolina to help you out. Well, all you have to do is like, can I borrow your car? I want to see my family. Hey, you know where you can kill two birds with one stone? See your father, your mother, and your kids. Did you know they've seen your kids more than you've seen them. It's just what it is. I'm just calling it what it is. And the fact that you hide behind CMPD, it should show you what type of person. It should show a lot of people you hide behind the CMPD. And you shook hands with a bureaucrat? A bureaucrat, right? Are you out of your mind? You must have up and lost your goddamn mind. You shook hands with a bureaucrat. You have basically done things that are definitely not smiled upon in MGTOW. We don't trust politicians. We don't trust politicians. But yet, you shook hands with them and you gloat about it. You brag about it. It's not looking good, but then again, MGTOW has their new Lord and Savior. Their Lord and Savior. So what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now, Maga Man? If the judge, you better pray that the judge is incompetent. You had better pray that the judge is incompetent, because that's the only way. The judge and the any defense attorney is incompetent, because that's the only way any of this grifting BS is going to stick. Oh, well, nice. But it's like, that's the only way. That is the only way that this grifting BS is going to even remotely stick. That is the only freaking way. that is some BS. That's the only way. So when you go ahead and run around and wondering why things are going downhill, just remember all the times, all those videos that have been saved by people, by a lot of people, Slippery and Dan, just remember that. Oh no, hey, I don't care. Like I said, I mean, I know Hammerhand didn't. I don't care anymore. The thing is, Big Town, the Manosphere they weren't going to interact with me. So why in the world do I even need to bother? Why do I need to bother? Why do I even need to try? Let's better yet, why do I even need to try to be MGTOW when I'm not? What's the point? What's the point? That's why I'm red pilling the win. I do whatever I do. I'm still a monk. Unless something changed, and I don't know what changed, but still a monk. I'm still not married, and as far as I know, I ain't got no kids. Oh boy, here we go. Come on. Come on. Like I said, as soon as I stop, I will be able to go through all your comments. I will be able to go through all your comments as soon as I stop. Which stop really. Get in here, punch a couple codes in, and I'll be all right. And I'll be stopped, shut down for the night. So I ain't moving. I ain't moving for an hour and 30 with an hour 34 minutes left. All right, now let's see. This is gonna be interesting. I gotta make this turn. There we go. Pull it. Come on. Yep. Now let's see. And I gotta make sure I don't clip the railroad. There we go. Oh, one more thing. You can't use that information because there's a lot of places with railroads and with passcodes. So yeah, good luck. If you, in case you want to dox me, in case you want to try to dox me. Oh, and one more thing is like, yeah, doxing is really difficult. I at least try to make it difficult. 1 second. There we go. All right. The life and times of wind. But in case Maga Man wants to dox me, I'm not giving very much information. I prefer not to give very much information on where my job is. Because first off, I don't feel like getting doxxed. It's kind of wrong to dox somebody, don't you think? Kind of immature, right? Then again, what do I know? Obviously, I'm just a kid. All right, let's see out here. And yeah, like, I'm not going to cam up. So good luck on that prospect. I've got a good reception too. And it's been going on for a while. The reason I dropped the and I'm explaining, and I'll get into this why I dropped the MGTOW label. That I mean, the thing with the thing with Hammerhand's one of them. I mean, no beef. I don't have any problem with Hammerhand. I don't have any problem with Hammerhand. I just don't feel that I should even try to keep the label. I just stop trying to keep the label. I'm still a monk. I mean, as far as I know, I don't got no kids. As far as I know, or as far as I know and can believe. You know the funny thing about all this craziness is that he's gonna when all this stuff fails and the stuff blows up in his face, he's gonna blame me. He's gonna blame Baron Yam. He's gonna blame Tico, and most of all, he's gonna blame everybody but himself. Everybody but himself, which he really needs to blame himself. Hey, Milo, you want to go out? I'm going out with you. He needs to blame himself. Let's go. Watch that electric fence, buddy. Now that I'm shut down, I'm going to get to the comments. Well, I mean, you're number one girl. I mean, probably can. Neither am I. I'm red pill. I'll drop the label because, well, logically, there's no point. Logically, there's no point. There's no point in even trying. Hey, yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I still respect Money AD. I don't bring none of my problems to his channel, but it's what it is. Your girls got attacked not just by women, but well, look here. I grew up in a family with where I had both mom and I've actually seen a healthy relationship. No worries, friendly. Now, Mac, you're right. I don't even know how he became the Lord and Savior to MGTOW. I really don't. I really freaking don't. I keep my distance. I typically keep my distance because I mean, I typically keep my distance unless I absolutely have to. He's friendly. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I was
I'm the last one to complain.
Yeah. Hey.
What's his name?
Milo, and his name's Milo.
I'm Joey.
Speaking of which, sorry about that. Had to have a conversation, and I didn't want to dox myself. In the truck. In the truck. Now, for me, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. I don't like. I already understand he's not going to apologize to anybody, and it's not going to be believable. Take some serious acting classes here. Looks like I have to do, but self-actualization means dropping any labels. Well, I'm on one start. I'm on one start. I dropped one label. But like I said, I had to, like I said, yeah, like I said, you got to stop. I don't know. I have a lot of family. I have family in Texas. I don't know. You know, I honestly don't know. Because if I have a lot of family in Texas, I don't know. You know, I honestly do not know. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm at least trying to be cordial. That's why I'm being cordial. You know, I haven't seen him in a while, but for the most part, I do have family in Texas, and I don't know if it's one of my cousins or one of my aunts. So I'm not going to say any craziness around here. You know. Now, the thing is like I don't know. I do not know. I don't know because in 1 second, let me clean this pot out. This pan out so that I can cook me some food. And no, I'm not making beef ravioli or Chef Boyardee. But for the most part, for the most part, I will not. I will not. Like I said, I won't. I won't. I won't do this. I won't. Like I said, just because a person has a disagreeing opinion of me, I ain't blocking them. I will not block them. You know, as long as they can provide some intelligent conversation, I will not block them, or at least provide something interesting. Ooh, the castle doctrine. On your side, you could choke out your baby mama and shoot her with a pepper ball. Yeah, I mean, at this point, probably is. That's probably why he wants her to move down there. In North Carolina, they don't extradite people back to their home state to face charges. They expect you to do the same thing down here. So basically, I learned this out when I served with this person that I served with. He was like him, like me, like myself. He was from Pennsylvania. He was escaping charges. Of course, and again, they couldn't get him because he was still in the military, and he was not in Pennsylvania. So what happened was he went down to North Carolina, state where they couldn't extradite him. He had a nice chick in Oregon, a nice looking girl in Oregon. You know, she worked. She was very caring to him. She didn't mind her. She didn't mind her friends. She didn't mind me. What happened? How'd he ruin it? Well, he did some unscrupulous things, you know, some severely unscrupulous things, some unscrupulous acts, which landed him, which was in North Carolina, and they extradited him from Oregon to North Carolina. So now he faced. So now that's the first time he's facing charges in North Carolina, and it's on the registry. So after that, so after that, what's basically after that, he's facing charges. He calls me up and says, "Hey, hey, Win, I'm in trouble. I don't know what's going on. Like, is there any whatever you did? Is there any proof? I don't know. Do not sign any paperwork. Wait the period out." What did he do? He signed paperwork. He signed the plea deal. He signed a plea deal, which literally destroyed the rest of his life. Sorry about that. I would do. This is not this is not ASMR. I apologize. He signed a plea deal, which basically extradited him back to North Carolina, ruining his relationship with the girl in Oregon. Family adored him. No, I think he's actually going to try. He's actually going to try to charge us now. I actually think he's going to try to file charges. He's going to try to file charges, and after they get turned down, won't be the last time we will hear from him. He will try that whole apology thing with the manosphere. I'm not going to buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy that apology. I went along with it the first time. Yeah. I didn't. I mean, Tico's still mad. He's not as mad as he was, but he understands that he's not going to get a straight apology. He's not going to get a straight up an apology. He's okay with it. Here's a saying that was taught to me as a kid with people like that. They'll need you before you need them. He'll need me before I need him. It was taught to me as a kid. He'll need me before I ever need him. Now, gas in the stove to cook this. I really need this food to be boiled. But still. Oh, the number one, the number, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. Some of these people, I mean, you threaten, I mean, honestly, you threaten. You not only threaten, you doxed people. He threatened people. He doxed people. I don't care what the disclaimer said. He doxed people. That was called doxing. That was called doxing. How do you threaten? How do you threaten? How do you threaten to beat somebody's head in to the pavement? So better yet, how do you threaten to beat somebody's head in into the pavement? How do you threaten to beat somebody's head in to the pavement? How do you threaten to beat somebody's head in to the pavement? How does that look? Because there's no point in stopping. There's no point in stopping. There's no point in stopping. Just like when I it was a long time ago. There's no point in stopping at this point. You know. I know when not. I know when not. I know when not to try. It doesn't bother me because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me like when Mr. Lee. Like, it doesn't bother me. You know. It really doesn't. How can I let? How do I let Mr. It does because it does not bother them. It doesn't bother me. You know why it doesn't bother me? Because I don't see logically. I don't see the reason why it should bother me. You know, because if that bothers you, then it's your problem. It's not my problem. It's not Miss Lee's problem. It's your problem that you need to work out. The thing is, the reason why anybody who knows the history of Miss Lee, she was originally Penny Proud, right? So when she took the name Miss Elite, it bothered Mr. Elite, and it got him all bent out of shape. Being called nephew doesn't bother me. Being called nephew doesn't bother me by anybody. It really doesn't. And sure, Bond. Okay. Uh huh. Okay. What's this? Oh, sure, Bond. That's why you all get triggered when I really. I'm not triggered. I'm not triggered. The only reason I was yelling is because I was trying to scream over a truck engine. Now I don't got to scream over a truck engine. Now I ain't got to trigger. Now I got to scream over a truck engine. Now I can be calm and quiet and collected. I don't have to deal with traffic. Right now, it's nothing but you, me, and my 10 hour. And this boiling pot of macaroni and cheese, which I'm going to enjoy. Like I said, I don't worry about nothing. I don't worry about things that I can't control. And human beings are one of them. You can advise them, or you could try, but you can't control them. Like I said, no truck in the yellow engine. Why the caps? You know why? You know why I'm always seem composed? Because I live in a very calm and composed household. Live in a very calm and composed household. You know, very calm and composed. Oh yeah, no truck engine to yell over. Why the caps? You don't have to. You don't got to scream. You don't have to yell. It's pretty relaxed over here at the wind at Red Pill and Wind. Pretty relaxed. Oh wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase. According to some people, blue pill in the wind. Blue pill in the wind. Right? Is that correct? Is that more correct? Blue pill in the wind. Oh yes. And that's a nice nickname you got for me. I do appreciate that. Blue pill in the wind has a nice ring. But I seem to be, but I'm more common, but I'm more calm and collected than a lot of people in the manosphere. So isn't being red pill and MGTOW supposed to be self-actualization and being calm, being a man, calm, cool, collected, able to think, right? Isn't that one of the qualities of a man? Calm, cool, level-headed. But what is this? While he's up here screaming at the top of his lungs, having high blood pressure, y'all there ready to buff the coronary. All for what? For two, maybe three individuals. For two or three individuals that have managed to get under his skin. I, aren't you a part of the? Weren't you a part of? What isn't? Wasn't Maga Man a part of the 9/11? One part of the bucket brigade of the 9/11 community, where even search dogs were becoming depressed and disheartened, where they literally had to bury rescue workers alive to pick the search dog spirits up. Right? You know, believe me, a lot of people, like I said, for me, there's a lot of people that I could literally be anywhere, be close, that I could actually tap them on the shoulder. And believe it or not, there's been plenty of times where I could have. That's why they call me Wind. So I picked the name Wind. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to North Carolina multiple times. Charlotte, High Point, Gulliford County. In fact, I've been twice. I've been twice last year. Been through North Carolina twice, if not, actually been through North Carolina three. Stopped at the Charlotte Loves. I also stopped at a Walmart to take a 10-hour break in Charlotte, North Carolina, because I didn't have the hours to continue on down the road. Hold on, if you excuse me, I've got to roll my window down. I don't got any problem with anybody. I don't let it bother me. I don't let it bother me. Because the only thing I let bother me is the fact that there are people that won't, whatever, buddy, oh, whatever, co-pilot seat. There are people that don't understand, that literally don't understand anything of social economics. Well, let's see. There's a saying: if one person's saying this, okay, it's a coincidence. If two people are saying this, you might want to ask. You might want to get some red or some hairs up and up tingling. If three people are saying this, well, perception is not looking in your favor. Perception is not perception is not looking in your favor when three people are literally calling and saying the same thing over and over and over again. That's when you begin to ask questions. I don't care about the end of the world. Yeah. In fact, I've got popcorn. I woke up. But back on the target, you can't sit here and threaten somebody and think and then hide behind the police and think that something's no, you're not eating my food. This is mine. and think that's something that's not going to happen. You know, you don't hide behind a police force and think that eventually they're going to catch on, and then you're going to get charged for misappropriate for messing with funding. You know, the CMPD's cars do run on gasoline, right? Somebody has to pay for that gasoline. Somebody has to pay for that gasoline when a car is dispatched. Now, who's going to who's going to pay for that gasoline when a squad car is dispatched? Well, it comes up to the taxpayer's pocket. And exactly is like I said, it comes out of the taxpayer's pocket when a car is dispatched. So gas is up to what, $5 a gallon? That's a lot of money. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not a tornado. I'm a hurricane. I'm a hurricane. I blow down whole neighborhoods. I'm one of the few hurricanes that will go clear across the country and jack stuff up. Like I said, I'll survive. And it's one of the reasons why I say the things, I just say what I say. Would I say it to somebody's face? Ask Tico. Would I say this a lot of stuff? Would I say stuff to somebody's face? Ask Tico if I would say something to somebody's face. All you gotta do is ask them. That's all you gotta do. But problem is if I go try to talk to Maga Man, he'll just scream at the top of his lungs to get a point across. Until I nod my head and say, okay, okay, I hear you. You know, he'll like I said, and to be honest with you, blocking somebody on from commenting in your section, that sounds vaguely familiar. That sounds vaguely familiar. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh yeah, the money AD stream. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. I know we've talked about it earlier. Who in the world? Who in the world? You have to have some sort of audacity about you to talk that. To be honest with you, I understand why. Well, I understand why he doesn't have access to his kids or doesn't have custody of his children, and his baby mama left him. I understand that, you know. So I can relate to baby mama. I can really relate to him. I really liked her. You know, is he insulting us? Mega Man is trying to save one more person. No, no. What he's doing is he's collecting trolls. He's collecting trolls. He's ensuring that he has trolls from the 9/11 community, the Freemasons, the Star Wars community. The more we see this bull BS happening, he's gonna get trolls, collecting trolls. So what's he up? What's he up to? 3, 4, 5, 6 bridges, 6 trolls that need bridges. Hey, Big J, Triple X. You've had a beef with him, right? You've had a beef with him. You know when he went after you. And you know what, Big J, I apologize because if I wouldn't have listened to him, if I wouldn't have listened to him, it would have been it would have been left alone on a Friday Night Blaze. You know, I shouldn't have listened. I mean, like no wonder, like no wonder. Oh, wait a minute, Big J, you're collecting people that are talking against you, Mega Man, like trolls to bridges. You know, you're up to 8, 9, 10 trolls, and you have no bridges. And now, the reason I know about so much about bridges is that I live in a city that has the most bridges. You know, the most bridges and the only working incline. Now, you can't travel on them bridges. You can't. Nothing's gonna get done. It's like the city I grew up with, but without bridges. How do you think that's gonna work? You know, isn't that entertaining? Watching a man flounder around YouTube. One minute he's crying about his baby mama, excited that he got a butt dial from his baby mama. Real excited. He was real ecstatic, but she ain't picking it up. She ain't picking up. Think about this. Think about it. Why won't she pick up? Why won't she answer your calls? Now I understand why plastic and training is so far up under Maga Man. You know, because he doesn't know the full story. Not just that he doesn't want to know. Oh, yep, yep. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for the circumstances right now, until these circumstances that I'm in right now, if what the circumstances that I'm in right now, I'd ask Tico and see if he could put me on her. Lord knows that he is. Oh yeah, this is what happens with a section without flaggers. Or yeah, see, like I said, I mean, Lord knows his kids need a father. You know, I'll accept the consequences with a smile on my face. You know, it's what it is. But I've taken enough of your time. I don't want to hold you hostage and talk about useless regular rhetoric and on how I hide behind the CMPD. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about as how does he say it? The criminal affairs, what yada 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 of New York City. Look, I've actually driven through New York. I ain't seen any. I ain't seen any fires. I haven't seen any fires. I've also driven through New Jersey. Again, I ain't seen any fires. So either A, I'm looking in the wrong spot, or B, somebody lied to me. And quite frankly, I don't like being lied to. So which is it? Now, I haven't seen very many cops cars in New York, but I hardly ever go into New York. I usually just drive past it, get me a 10-hour, make sure I got a full set of downs and drive all the way through. But as Maga Man would say, watch your six, watch your family six, watch your dog six, and watch the 6 o'clock of the box of chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce. This is McTown to win. And wait a minute. I can't say that anymore. Red pill in the wind. Red pill in the wind. It gets a little difficult. I have to take multiple takes of the vlogs, because I changed my name and it's kind of a difficult adjustment. But this is red pill in the wind, and y'all take care. Do your research. Do your own research. Don't listen to the hearsay of somebody else because of what they feel. Find out for yourself. I guarantee you'll be a lot happier in the long run. This is Red Pill in the Wind, signing off.